Hi.
Howdy.
We are here at Try's wall of game boxes. Whenever I get boxes of stuff, I always give them to you because I don't have room for this kind of stuff.
I don't really know how this idea of this wall started, but I've been saving game boxes kind of ever since I got the Super Nintendo. I've been saving game boxes and hardware boxes, most hardware boxes, since I got the Super Nintendo. I actually did save my NES box originally, like when I was a kid, or my parents saved it. Because I remember when I kind of stopped playing the NES for a while, when I got my Super Nintendo, they put my NES in that box. But then that's long gone now. But, yeah, so, for example, this right here.
That is your childhood box.
I think it is. This is actually not my childhood box, but it is identical to my childhood box. My actual childhood box is stored somewhere else. I know because it has some packing tape around the side. Otherwise, it's in good condition. But this is the same box I had, the one that came with Mario All-Stars as well as Mario World as separate cartridges. So this is the same box. Yeah. But I do have my childhood, but I don't know how I got this. I think someone gave it to you and you gave it to me.
That might be right, but I don't remember where exactly it's from. Yeah,
so, I can point out the ones that are a lot of my originals. From Super Nintendo, here's N64. I also have an identical N64 box that a friend gave me, but hopefully it can be viewed that far down. But it's got a KB Toys sticker for $199.99.
Really?
And that was purchased in November 1996.
For your PC Engine, this is just for the CD-ROM, so I didn't realize you got a box with it. Did you?
I did not. The thing is, I don't normally seek out boxes these days, especially for hardware, old used hardware. Just because I don't need it. I like it, but I don't need it, and I'd rather pay less.
Right.
But this was such a good deal because I specifically wanted the interface unit with the separate PC Engine and CD unit. I actually didn't need another PC Engine because I already had a little PC Engine, just one standalone PC Engine.
Right.
I just needed the interface unit and the CD unit. But this was a box with everything. CD unit, PC Engine, it had a couple of games with it. Mm-hmm. I didn't really care about it, but it had games. Yeah. And it was such a good deal. I was basically paying the same price I would have paid to get these parts separately. And it even had the receipt from 1991 or whenever it was that this was purchased in Japan.
You knew that it was going to go on this wall.
Oh yeah. So same thing with the Famicom Disk System. I got this at a local store. I wasn't looking to get the box, but it had the box. It was a good deal. Why not? Now it's a little difficult to show here. Because I don't want to.
You can't pull stuff out, really.
It's very stable. It may look unstable, but I've taken it. It takes work, but I've taken a lot of effort to make sure that I sort of test things to make sure that they're not likely to fall off just from a little knock. See, everything's pretty stable, but I don't want to remove it unless I have to. Sometimes I do take things off of here to shoot them, but like this. And the Super Famicom box, which the Super Famicom, along with the Super Famicom box, were sent by a viewer of the show. And it's interesting because a lot of Japanese boxes from this era just have styrofoam on the bottom.
Right.
It's just styrofoam on the bottom, and you just lift the cardboard part off.
So it never has to come out.
It doesn't have that full enclosure. I believe the whole thing was just shrink wrapped with the styrofoam visible on the bottom. Maybe it's possible that there was some sort of paper insert covering the styrofoam. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know how they were really presented in Japan.
You got my Saturn Mission Stick box that I held on to for a long time. I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to get rid of that one, but then when I decided I'm not going to keep my boxes around anymore.
Is that a controller you like to use with it?
For Space Harrier.
Oh,
Space
okay.
Harrier. I bought it. It came with Space Harrier. The controller didn't originally come with Space Harrier. When I sold my Space Harrier arcade machine, I said I'm going to get the Saturn version. I'm going to get a mission stick to go with it to kind of replicate that same feeling.
Now, right next to it, the Commodore VIC-20. I did specifically want a box for that because I had one growing up.
$239.99.
Well, I didn't pay that.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it was actually really cheap. My dad had one, I think, from before he met my mom, but he never really used it. Like some guy at work just convinced him, you should get into this whole computer thing, and he didn't really take to it, but he got it. I played around with it a little bit, but I do have a lot of nostalgia for the VIC-20, so when I wanted to get one for my collection, because I don't remember my parents selling it, but they must have at some point.
Yeah.
I got that.
I gave you this one.
The Panasonic VZ10.
Or FC. The VZ.
FZ10.
But I gave you that. I bought that, and then I got it the FC1 later on, which is my main system now because that's a 240p.
Yeah, so that some of these boxes on the shelf are a bit of a lie. They aren't all things I own.
Yeah, well, I mean a lot of them are.
But they are, and some of them are boxes for things I own, but I didn't have a box for. Like for example, for some reason I went through.
Did I give you that one?
You did.
Yeah.
But I do have a PS3 Slim. It probably didn't come in this exact box, but I do have a PS3 Slim. It was actually kind of an interesting situation because I had a fat PS3, which I don't have the box for, and my parents, when they bought an HD TV, like Best Buy was running a promotion for you get free PS3 Slim with it.
Yeah.
And so they used it at their house as a Blu-ray player for years. I don't know why we didn't keep the box. I don't know. There were a few things I didn't keep. I didn't keep.
PS3 Fat.
I did not keep my PS3 Fat box. I didn't keep that PS3 Slim. I don't know. I think the PS3 Fat box I just thought was ugly, and I lived in an apartment at the time.
And
I guess it was really big. I guess I just thought I would get rid of it, but I regret that now. Obviously, see, I did save the PS2 box.
Yeah.
And I never had a true box for PS1. Because I bought it refurbished.
Mm-hmm.
I still had the box that it came in, but it's not a proper box.
The Saturn, you can't really see it because it's way off to the side, but there's a Saturn Virtua gun box over there. I'm pretty sure I gave you that too.
Yes, you did. I don't have a Virtua gun.
You can't leave the house with that thing.
Oh yeah, it's the Japanese gun, and it looks really real.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I've got here's a launch PS4 box.
Yeah.
There's a launch PS4 Pro box. I sometimes feel embarrassed by that kind of stuff, but it's just like I can't help wanting the new hardware.
Yeah.
Switch, GameCube. I mean, all the Nintendo stuff. I mean, I've got. From Game Boy Advance onward, I've got a box to represent, near most major revisions in Nintendo handhelds, with the exception of I don't have anything for 2DS.
Right.
But I mean, I've got GBA, the original SP. I've got the brighter SP. I've got the Game Boy Color, so it does go back that far. I've got somewhere here's the original DS, DS Lite, DSi. DSi XL is somewhere here, 3DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS XL, and then you gave me your box for the non-XL 3DS. So it's I do like being able to build the collection, the box collection, just so I use this in the 3DS episode.
Yeah.
So it's good material to have access to this because it gives us more ways to represent what these devices and products are.
Yes.
That we wouldn't necessarily have if we didn't have access to the box.
Right.
What else catches your eye?
I think I gave you this one.
No.
Or did I get maybe I got one of the...
No, this one, I mean, it's possible But I also have this white GameCube controller.
Okay. Then maybe I was a Smash Brothers one that I gave you.
Maybe, but I believe I bought those myself. But one thing you did give me that I did not have a box for myself was the Game Boy Player controller box.
Yeah.
I don't have an Indigo
And
Game
it's the
Boy
US
Player
version.
controller. It's weird, yeah, because it's got the Nintendo seal of quality, and on the back it says Coury USA.
Yeah.
And I believe this was around the time that Coury did start having operations in America. But I was not aware personally of it having any availability other than through import shops.
Right.
But apparently it
That was
was.
kind of our first clue that, maybe it did come out in the US.
Yep.
This is it right here, I think. This is the one. No? Or did you just get that one? No.
I just got that recently.
Okay.
This
I got
is
one
for
with the old
Smash,
logo.
Smash Ultimate. This
Right.
one is Smash Wii U.
It must be. Probably the Smash Wii U version I got.
Okay. Oh, because this one has Japanese text on it.
Right.
I
But I like those because they have really long cables on them too.
yes, I think I bought one of those, but I don't. It wasn't from Japan, so that one has. I've even got like a Framemeister box.
Well, of course.
here.
I kept my Framemeister box.
Yeah, I mean, of course, when
So you never know when you might need it.
yeah, but of course we bought the Framemeister having no idea that we would be doing a show about this kind of junk.
Right.
And along here I've got like a bunch of 8-bit Do controllers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's even more of those over here in the corner.
And maybe even some hardware that some people would consider embarrassing, like the Retron 5 box, I'm not going to shy away from it. I bought a Retron 5 and, I got the box for it.
You used it a lot.
I actually didn't.
Early on.
I didn't use it as much as I thought I would, because I thought I would use it a ton for translation patches, and I never got into it as much as I thought I would.
Yeah. That's sad. And a viewer of the show gave this to us.
And what's actually interesting about it is I believe it is the exact. So a friend from the Backloggery actually gave me her Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got my Saturn. And I suspect this is the exact box that would go with that Saturn, because it comes with a demo disc that she sent with the package with that Saturn.
The bootleg sampler. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm pretty sure that I've in a sense completed a set.
Yeah.
Which unintentionally.
You got this.
Yeah, and this is another thing I wouldn't have necessarily bought in the box, but the way Japanese stuff works so much, I think, is they almost just expect that you've kept this kind of stuff,
right?
Which always surprises me that there's so much availability of complete in-box Japanese stuff, because I always think of Japan as like spaces at a premium, right? Mm-hmm. But it seems like they do a better job of keeping their boxes than we do. This is not a wonderful box, the Coury Super Game Boy Commander, but the controller is in excellent shape. I mean, it almost seemed unused when I got it. It's a controller worth having. It's actually become my preferred way for playing original Game Boy games, using that controller. There's even an Atari Flashback box back.
I think I gave it to you too.
I think you did as well. And an original Xbox box. It's not in great shape.
The Xbox box.
Yeah.
Box for Xbox box.
And there are some boxes that are really more game boxes, but they come with hardware. So like Time Crisis 3, Point Blank 3. I used to have the Star Fox box up here just because it came with the Rumble Pack. But now it's sitting with my N64 boxes.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Let's see, Sandy is back there in the corner checking out some of those multicolored 8-bit Do controller boxes that you gave me. There's a Super Scope box there that I got a bit ago, because the Super Scope that I bought came in it. It's in real rough. The box is in terrible shape, but hey,
What if you need to shoot video of like one of these ones that are at the bottom?
Well, what's nice is, like if I were to shoot like the Wii U box or that Saturn joystick box, you kind of look here, and this is a pretty clean line. See what I've done here? So this can actually, for the most part, I would probably have to temporarily remove like that Time Crisis box, but for the most part, that could slide down if I had to
Yeah.
remove one, and I've done that. Like I don't necessarily have like a method for how I build and revise this wall.
I mean, maybe one day if you feel inspired to go back through it.
I actually did a pretty major reorganizing of it not too long ago. This side stayed relatively the same, but the problem was something was causing this side to kind of start to sag a bit, and I wasn't really sure what was going on. It had something to do with where I had the Super Nintendo and Genesis box. They were causing some problems.
Yeah.
They were causing this end to, like, it wasn't going to fall, but it was just like everything started. It wasn't straight anymore.
Yeah.
And my thermostat is hidden in here under the Game Boy camera box. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly just stuff that, you know, for the most part, I've kept my boxes. A lot have been just from you. A lot have been from viewers of the show. People just know that I keep these boxes for whatever reason, and you know, anything that's hardware, I just put it on this wall.
It's good to have.
It just kind of came about organically, I guess, when I moved into this house. You know, it used to be about this tall.
Yeah.
And now it's up to here. So, but it's, I like it. My mom, every time my mom comes over, she's like, you gotta do something better with this. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is awesome.
And you've used it as a background before in episodes.
I have. I mean, you know, there's not like a lot of movement or anything in it, but it's an easy thing to set up that has something of interest in the background that says video games.
Right.
You know? It's not staying in front of your game shelf, at least, right?
That's true. That's true. All right. That's it.